In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Praise be to Allah, who hath sent to his servant the book, and hath allowed therein no crookedness. He hath made it straight and clear, in order that he may warn the godless of a terrible punishment from him, and that he may give glad tidings to the believers who work righteous deeds, that they shall have a goodly reward. Wherein they shall remain forever. Further, that he may warn those also who say, Allah has begotten a son. No knowledge have they of such a thing, nor had their fathers. It is a grievous thing that issues from their mouths as a saying what they say is nothing but falsehood. Thou wouldst only, perchance, fret thyself to death, following after them in grief, if they believe not in this message. That which on earth we have made but as a glittering show for it, in order that we may test them as to which of them are best in conduct. Verily, what is on earth we shall make but as dust and dry soil, without growth or herbage. Or dost thou think that the companions of the cave and of the inscription were wonders among our sign? Behold, the youths betook themselves to the cave. They said, Our Lord, bestow on us mercy from thyself, and dispose of our affair for us in the right way. Then we draw a veil over their ears for a number of years in the cave, so that they heard not. Then we roused them, in order to test which of the two parties was best at calculating the term of years they had tarried. We relate to thee their story in truth. They were youths who believed in their Lord, and we advanced them in guidance. We gave strength to their hearts. Behold, they stood up and said, Our Lord is the Lord of the heavens and of the earth. Never shall we call upon any god other than him. If we did, we should indeed have uttered an enormity. These our people have taken for worship gods other than him. Why do they not bring forward an authority clear and convincing for what they do? Who doth more wrong than such as invest a falsehood against Allah? When ye turn away from them and the things they worship other than Allah, betake yourselves to the cave. Your Lord will shower his mercies on you, and disposes of your affair towards comfort and ease. Thou wouldst have seen the sun when it rose, declining to the right from their cave, and when it set, turning away from them to the left. while they lay in the open space in the midst of the cave. Such are among the signs of Allah. He whom Allah guides is rightly guided, but who Allah leaves to stray, for him wilt thou find no protector to lead him to the right way. Thou wouldst have thought them whilst they were asleep, and we turned them on their right and on their left sides, their dog stretching forth his 2 forelegs on the threshold. If thou hadst looked at them, thou wouldst have certainly turned back from them in flight, and would certainly have been filled with terror of them. Such being their state, we raised them up from sleep, that they might question each other. Said one of them, How long have ye stayed here? They said, We have stayed perhaps a day, or part of a day. At length they all said, Allah alone knows best how long ye have stayed here. Now send ye then one of you with this money of yours to the town. Let him find out which is the best food to be had, and bring some to you, that ye may satisfy your hunger therewith. And let him behave with care and courtesy, and let him not inform anyone about you. For if they should come upon you, they would stone you or force you to return to their religion, and in that case ye would never attain prosperity. Thus did we make their case known to the people, that they might know that the promise of Allah is true, and that there can be no doubt about the hour of judgment. Behold, they dispute among themselves as to their affair. Some said, Construct a building over them. Their Lord knows best about them. Those who prevailed over the affair said, Let us surely build a place of worship over them. Some say there were 3, the dog being the 4th among them. Others say there were 5, the dog being the 6th, doubtfully guessing at the unknown. Yet others say there were 7, the dog being the 8th. Say thou, My Lord knoweth best their number. It is but few that know their real case. Enter not, therefore, into controversies concerning them, except on a matter that is clear, nor consult any of them about the affair of the sleepers. Nor say of anything, I shall be sure to do so and so tomorrow. Except if Allah so wills. And remember thy Lord when thou forgettest, and say, I hope that my Lord will guide me ever closer, even than this, to the right course. So they stayed in their cave 300 years, and 9 more. Say, Allah knows best how long they stayed. With him is the knowledge of the secrets of the heavens and the earth. How clearly he sees, how finely he hears everything. They have no protector other than him, nor does he share his command with any person whatsoever. And recite and teach what has been revealed to thee of the book of thy Lord. None can change his words, and none wilt thou find as a refuge other than him. And keep yourself content with those who call on their Lord morning and evening, seeking his face. And let not thine eyes pass beyond them, seeking the pomp and glitter of this life. Nor obey any whose heart we have permitted to neglect the remembrance of us, one who follows his own desires, and his affair has become all excess. Say, the truth is from your Lord. Let him who will believe, and let him who will reject it. For the wrongdoers we have prepared a fire whose smoke and flames, like the walls and roof of a tent, will hem them in. If they implore relief, they will be granted water like melted brass, that will scald their faces. How dreadful the drink! How uncomfortable a couch to recline on! As to those who believe and work righteousness, verily we shall not suffer to perish the reward of any who do a single righteous deed. For them will be gardens of eternity. Beneath them rivers will flow. They will be adorned therein with bracelets of gold, and they will wear green garments of fine silk and heavy brocade. They will recline therein on raised thrones. How good the recompense! How beautiful a couch to recline on! Set forth to them the parable of 2 men. For one of them we provided 2 gardens of grapevines, and surrounded them with date palms. In between the 2 we placed tillage. Each of those gardens brought forth its produce, and failed not in the least therein. In the midst of them we caused a river to flow. Abundant was the produce this man had. He said to his companion, in the course of a mutual argument, "More wealth have I than you, and more honour and power in my following of men." He went into his garden while he wronged himself. He said, "I deem not that this will ever perish." Nor do I deem that the hour of judgment will ever come. Even if I am brought back to my Lord, I shall surely find there something better in exchange. His companion said to him in the course of the argument with him, "Dost thou deny him who created thee out of dust, then out of a sperm drop, then fashioned thee into a man?" But as for my part, Allah is my Lord, and none shall I associate with my Lord. Why didst thou not, as thou wentest into thy garden, say, Allah's will be done. There is no power but with Allah. If thou dost see me less than thee in wealth and sons. It may be that my Lord will give me something better than thy garden, and that he will send on thy garden thunderbolts by way of reckoning from heaven, making it but slippery sand. Or the water of the garden will run off underground, so that thou wilt never be able to find it. So his fruits were encompassed with ruin, and he remained twisting and turning his hands over what he had spent on his property, which had now tumbled to pieces to its very foundations, and he could only say, Woe is me! Would I had never ascribed partners to my Lord and Cherisher! Nor had he numbers to help him against Allah, nor was he able to deliver himself. There the only protection comes from Allah, the True One. He is the best to reward, and the best to give success. Set forth to them the similitude of the life of this world. It is like the rain which we send down from the skies. The earth's vegetation absorbs it, but soon it becomes dry stubble, which the winds do scatter. It is only Allah who prevails over all things. Wealth and sons are allurements of the life of this world. But the things that endure, good deeds, are best in the sight of thy Lord, as rewards, and best as the foundation for hopes. On the day we shall remove the mountains, and thou wilt see the earth as a level stretch, and we shall gather them all together. Nor shall we leave out any one of them, and they will be marshalled before thy Lord in ranks with the announcement, Now have ye come to us bare as we created you first. Aye, ye thought we shall not fulfill the appointment made to you to meet us. And the book of deeds will be placed before you. And thou wilt see the sinful in great terror because of what is recorded therein. They will say, Ah, woe to us! What a book is this! It leaves out nothing small or great, but takes account thereof. They will find all that they did placed before them, and not one will thy Lord treat with injustice. Behold, we said to the angels, Prostrate to Adam. They prostrated except Iblis. He was one of the jinns, and he broke the command of his Lord. Will ye then take him and his progeny as protectors rather than me? And they are enemies to you. Evil would be the exchange for the wrongdoers. I called them not to witness the creation of the heavens and the earth, not even their own creation. Nor is it for me to take as helpers such as lead men astray. On the day he will say, Call on those whom ye thought to be my partners. And they will call on them, but they will not listen to them, and we shall make for them a place of common perdition. And the sinful shall see the fire, and apprehend that they have to fall therein. No means will they find to turn away therefrom. We have explained in detail this Qur'an for the benefit of mankind, every kind of similitude. But man is, in most things, contentious. And what is there to keep back men from believing, now that guidance has come to them, nor from praying for forgiveness from their Lord, but that they wait for the ways of the ancients to overtake them, or the wrath be brought to them face to face? We only send the messengers to give glad tidings and to give warnings. But the unbelievers dispute with vain argument, in order therewith to weaken the truth. And they treat my signs as a jest, as also the fact that they are warned. And who doth more wrong than one who is reminded of the signs of his Lord, but turns away from them, forgetting the deeds which his hands have sent forth? Verily, we have set veils over their hearts, so that they understand this not, and over their ears, deafness. If thou callest them to guidance, even then will they never accept guidance. But your Lord is most forgiving, full of mercy. If he were to call them at once to account for what they have earned, then surely he would have hastened their punishment. But they have their appointed time, beyond which they will find no refuge. Such were the towns we destroyed when they committed iniquities. But we fixed an appointed time for their destruction. Behold, Moses said to his attendant, I will not give up until I reach the junction of the two seas, or until I spend years and years in travel. But when they reached the junction, they forgot about their fish, which took its course through the sea straight as in a tunnel. When they had passed on some distance, Moses said to his attendant, Bring us our early meal. Truly we have suffered much fatigue at this stage of our journey. He replied, Sawest thou what happened when we betook ourselves to the rock? I did indeed forget about the fish. None but Satan made me forget to tell you about it. It took its course through the sea in a marvelous way. Moses said, That was what we were seeking after. So they went back on their footsteps, following the path they had come. So they found one of our servants, on whom we had bestowed mercy from ourselves, and whom we had taught knowledge from our own presence. Moses said to him, May I follow thee on the footing that thou teach me something of the higher truth which thou hast been taught? The other said, Verily, thou wilt not be able to have patience with me. And how canst thou have patience about things which are beyond your knowledge? Moses said, Thou wilt find me, if Allah so will, truly patient, nor shall I disobey thee in aught. The other said, If then thou wouldst follow me, ask me no questions about anything until I myself speak to thee concerning it. So they both proceeded, until when they were in the boat, he scuttled it. Said Moses, Hast thou scuttled it in order to drown those in it? Truly a strange thing thou hast done. He answered, Did I not tell thee that thou canst have no patience with me? Moses said, Rebuke me not for forgetting, nor grieve me by raising difficulties in my case. Then they proceeded until, when they met a young boy, he slew him. Moses said, Hast thou slain an innocent person who has slain none? Truly a foul, unheard of thing thou hast done.